The old coot here coming back at you with another exciting video. Okay, so found a new doctor, found a new meal plan, try pretty much the same as the last meal plan that you saw me post a while back. The difference here is that I basically changed the time of day that I eat certain things, like whether it's a protein or a carb or whatever. And then the other thing I changed was I finally got into the habit of thinking of my plate as like half a plate and then quarter of a plate and quarter of a plate. Okay, with that being said, this video is intended for entertainment purposes only. What I'm trying to say is you need to go to your doctor. If you're not getting the answers that you want from the doctor that you have now, guess what? Find a new doctor, because you're going to need to find a doctor that walks the way you walk, talks the way you talk, chews gum the way that you chew gum. It's the only way you're ever going to connect. Because if you have a very condescending doctor that's just like on you all the time and it's just not clicking, something's wrong. Find a new doctor. It's eating. I'll say this much. I'm over 300 pounds. If you're out there and you're watching this video and you're over 300 pounds, comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. That sometimes people talk to you, they have the best intentions. They want to be experts. They want to be gurus and they want to tell you what they know. And maybe it works for them, but maybe it might not work for you. Heck, what I'm telling you now in this video might not work for you. That's why this video is intended for entertainment purposes only. And what I'm trying to say is I'm not an expert. I'm not trying to claim to be one. I'm not a doctor, not claiming to be that. I'm not a fitness expert, not claiming to be that. I'm not a nutritionist, not claiming to be that. What I'm just trying to say is this is what worked for me. If you think that this might work for you, find a doctor that you connect with, share this information with that doctor, and then see if it works for you, or see if it's something that you might be, or that might be something that your doctor would recommend to you. Because everybody's different. You might have some underlying issues, so keep that all in mind. So anyways, let's jump right in. I know I could go on for like years talking about this stuff and my past experience over the last, years, let's say, trying to find the right doctor and all that good stuff. But what I encourage everybody to do is check out the videos just prior to this one. So there are 3 videos that I posted that are just short and sweet, to the point. There's one that's less than a minute that just kind of lays out what I did to finally burn body fat and keep and maintain my muscle mass, if not gain more muscle mass. Okay, so the basis, like the simple basics, are more protein, right? More protein earlier in the day, very limited amount of carbs. But when I do eat carbs, it's in the middle, right smack in the middle of the day. And the last thing is small meal in the beginning, big meal in the middle, small meal at the end of the day. So basically I'm trying to slowly bring up my insulin because of the carbs in the middle of the day, but also have that insulin spike wean off, right? Or reduction in insulin towards the end of the day before I go to sleep, so that while I'm asleep, my body can continue to burn body fat and tap into those deep stores of glycogen. You kind of get a sense of what I'm talking about here. I hope. Yes? No, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, comment down below. Okay, so let's get into it in more detailed depth. Okay, so take a plate, right? This is my new doctor. Take a plate, divide it into half, and then take one of those halves and divide it into 2 quarters. So I have 25%, 25%, 50% down here. What I learned was in the morning, I only eat the protein, right? Only the protein. So in the morning, I might have 4 ounces, which would be like just this piece right here. So not the entire thing, but just this piece right here. About, like, if I put it over the top of my hand, right? Like the palm of my hand, if I put it over the top, it's barely going to fit within the top of my hand. That's how big that piece of meat is. It's barely going to fit in the top of my hand. 3 to 4 ounces max. That's it. That's the first meal of the day. What that does is it barely spikes the insulin, right? So there is going to be an insulin spike, but it's going to be very small, very minor. What's also going to happen is it's going to kickstart my metabolism before I do anything else. So wake up, go to the bathroom, eat. So basically what I do. Then I brush my teeth. Then I go to the gym or exercise or work or whatever it is I have to do that day. But most important thing is just the protein only in the morning. Fires up the metabolism, keeps the insulin level pretty low, kind of sets my body up for success the whole rest of the day. Okay, after the gym, after workout, maybe midday at work. Let's say I found a gig. I work in the entertainment business, but let's say I found a gig and I'm working that day. Somewhere in the middle of the day, right? What I think is about the middle of the day, 12 noon, 1 o'clock, something like that, is when I'll have lunch, or the second meal of the day. Second meal of the day is that same plate, right? This is 50% down is going to be vegetables. So regular cabbage, green cabbage, purple cabbage, carrots, some kind of salad mix, spring mix. It could be lettuce, right? It could be a salad of like romaine lettuce, iceberg lettuce. It could be a spring mix. It could be string beans. It could be a vegetable medley, maybe mushrooms, string beans, cauliflower, broccoli, whatever. Half of that plate is going to be vegetables. 1/4 of that plate, 3 to 4 ounces, is going to be another type of lean meat, or just, it could be any kind of protein that's a solid protein. Chicken, fish, beef, pork, tofu, anything that is protein is going to go into this corner. Okay. This corner, the last 25%, I would say is the equivalent of maybe 3/4 of a cup, or maybe 1 cup of some type of carbs. So in my case, what my body likes is lentils, rice, black beans, red beans, yams, sweet potatoes. If I have to do pasta, guess what? It's going to be for lunch. It's only going to be about 1 cup of pasta. So whatever that is, fettuccine, linguine, penne, spaghetti, whatever the heck, that pasta is only going to fill 1/4 of the plate, 25%. As hard as it sounds, I'm still eating what I want to eat. I'm just reducing the amount of the carbs, and I'm also keeping the protein, and I'm also increasing the vegetables. Okay, so what does that do? When you have your carbs, right, your 25% of your plate is carbs, if you're human, everybody's human. If you want to have mashed potatoes, have them at lunch and just only fill 1/4 of your plate. Holidays are coming up. Turkey, right? Holiday Thanksgiving, typical Thanksgiving dinner. Turkey, right? Here you're going to have mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes. Down here, it's going to be all vegetables. All vegetables. Try to do it. Comment. Let me know if you've done it. Let me know what your results have been. Okay, so what that cutting the carbs down, right, and doing them in the middle of the day is, yes, my insulin is going to spike, but it's almost like a new spike, right? Because the protein that I had for breakfast, my insulin might have just barely gone up, and then it probably went back down again. Now, when I have these carbs, yes, my insulin is going to spike at a much higher, more rapid rate, probably quicker. But because the meal before was protein, and the meal coming after, the third meal, is going to be protein and salad or vegetables only, that insulin should come back down pretty quickly. I noticed, this is with the help of my doctor, I noticed that when I was eating carbs in the morning, like a typical breakfast burrito, potatoes, right? Fried tater tots with some eggs and some bacon and some ham. Sounds so good, but oh, it's so destructive. If you're gonna do, or if I should say this for me, if I was gonna do like a breakfast burrito these days, what I would do is I would do a breakfast bowl so that there's no tortilla, there's no potatoes, and I would just basically get eggs and bacon. And that would be it. That would be my breakfast bowl, and that would be it. And it would literally be 3 to 4 ounces, small little tiny little meal. But anyways, doing the carbs in the middle of the day, as mentioned before, you are going to get the insulin spike. It's not going to be as bad. So it's going to go up and it's going to go back down. And then the whole rest of the day, right, before you have your third meal or dinner, basically you're allowing your body to recuperate, to recover, so that whatever you eat is then utilized more efficiently by your body, keeps your metabolism going, et cetera, et cetera. I'm a firm believer in naps. If you're going to have those carbs in the middle of the day, you're going to probably want to take a nap. So just kind of be prepared for that. If you need that little extra energy rush, you'll figure it out. Trust me, you'll figure it out. Okay, dinner time, third meal of the day. So half the plate is still vegetables, right? Green leafy vegetables, salad, vegetables, string beans, vegetable medley mix, whatever, mushrooms, string beans, broccoli, cauliflower, whatever, half the plate. 1/4 of that plate is still protein. So basically, I'm having protein 3 times a day, and I'm having protein at every single meal. It takes your body more energy, more effort to break down that protein than anything else. And that's what keeps the metabolism going. That's what helps to, at least in my case, help that fat burning mechanism just be a little bit more efficient. So just moving a little bit more to help my body's metabolism stay fired throughout the entire day. No carbs at night. So that 1/4 plate, no carbs at night at all. What I noticed was when I was eating carbs at night, I'd wake up in the morning and I would either feel full from the night before, or in some cases I would wake up starving. And it wasn't good either way. Trust me, it was not good either way, because if I woke up in the morning starving, what I would want to do is I would want to eat more carbs, which then spiked the insulin. The insulin stayed high all day. And let me tell you, in my specific case, this isn't true of everybody, but at least for me, it might be true of everybody. I don't know. But in my specific case, when my insulin was high in the morning and it stayed high throughout the entire day, all my body was doing was storing whatever else I ate as body fat. So it was very crucial, very important to let my insulin go up in the middle of the day during the second meal, and then let it come back down naturally. So it was a smooth up and it was a smooth back down again. And the spike wasn't as bad. Okay, so to recap, half the plate is vegetables, right? 1/4 of the plate is carbs, hopefully complex carbs, black beans, red beans, lentils, rice. If you're going to have pasta, the time to do it would be middle of the day, at least for me. Then the other 1/4 of a plate was protein, or is protein. So this 1/4 of the plate, right? 3 to 4 ounces, about the size of the top of the palm of your hand, right? The thickness of like what a chicken breast would be, or a chicken thigh, or like a piece of like ribeye steak, let's say a normal ribeye steak, not those 3-inch tomahawk ones, but like a normal ribeye steak. 3 to 4 ounces should fit within the parameters of the top of the palm of the hand. So 3 to 4 ounces protein. So protein, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It could be 2 eggs. If it's breakfast time, it could be 2 to 3 eggs or whatever would fill that corner of the plate. That's breakfast. Lunchtime, protein, carbs, vegetables. Dinner time, protein and vegetables only. Does that make sense? So breakfast, protein only. Lunchtime, protein, carbs, vegetables. Dinner time, protein and vegetables. Does that make sense? Let's talk about the weird stuff. Okay, you want a breakfast burrito. When are you going to have it? You don't have it for breakfast, basically. For breakfast, only protein. If you're going to have a burrito, like a lunchtime burrito, do it at lunchtime. So if you took your burrito and you open it up, right? Take your circular burrito, open it up. 1/4 of that burrito should be protein. You got a barbacoa, you got a carne asada, you got a pollo, whatever the heck. 1/4 of that burrito should be protein. 1/4 of that burrito should be the rice and the beans, lentils, black beans, whatever your favorite burrito place puts in your burrito. Try to stay away from the refried beans. Oh my God, they're terrible. Okay, but that's basically the top part of the burrito. The bottom of a burrito, or at least half of the burrito, should be vegetables. You can order your burrito custom. I think in most places, wherever you go, just say, hey, listen, can you make half the burrito vegetables? Can you make 1/4 of it the protein, the chicken or the pork or the carne asada or the, whatever? And can you make 1/4 of the burrito beans and rice, or just beans, or only black beans? Even better. Go custom with it. Okay, you're going to go to Chinese food, right? You're going to go to a Chinese place. Try to get everything steamed if you can. Steamed chicken, right? Chicken and broccoli, perfect combination at a Chinese place. Steamed rice in this corner. If they give you the option of brown rice and you have to pay 50 cents more for it, go for it. Steamed brown rice in this corner. Steamed chicken or steamed beef in this corner. Steamed vegetables in the lower corner. Usually it's going to be broccoli, cauliflower, right? Most Asian places, you're going to get some water chestnut in there, that kind of vibe. Okay, you're going for Italian food, middle of the day. You're going to have lunch with your coworkers, whatever. Be a pain in the ass. Be a pain in the ass and tell the waiter, okay, this is what I want. I want 1 cup of pasta. I want a chicken breast on the side, on the side or whatever. And then give me a plate of vegetables, Italian seasoned vegetables, whatever the case may be. If you're going to do it, just do it right. That's basically all I'm trying to say. What other foods are out there? Barbecue. You're going to go to a barbecue place for lunch. You can afford it. You can do it. Here's what you do. 1/4 of the plate is going to be your tri-tip, brisket, whatever you can fit inside that area of your hand right there. I know the sun will come out tomorrow. Well, it came out 20 minutes ago, but anyways, the sun came out. But as long as you can fit that protein, whatever you're going to eat in that meal, in the that fits within the top of your hand, right? Like this thick, the thickness of like a steak or whatever you're going to have, quarter of your plate should be that. Quarter of your plate can be those, baked beans that you want. Go for it. That would be the time to have it. Half of the plate down should be vegetables. And I'm not talking just corn. It should be like broccoli, cauliflower, green beans. A lot of barbecue places have green beans. That's a good thing. You can do that. Try to get them, as like barely cooked as you can. I'm not saying raw. If you eat raw, that's fine too. But just try not to get like those mushy, overdone, like, green bean casserole things. Terrible. Okay, holidays are coming up. Let's talk about that. So holidays. Thanksgiving, right? You're going to have your typical turkey, stuffing, salad of some kind, I hope, right? Try to avoid or pass on the green bean casserole. It's just loaded with calories, probably more calories than you think you need. But I would do like turkey, right? 3 to 4 ounces of turkey. I would do maybe 1 cup of like, if you want to do the stuffing, now would be the time to do it. If you're going to do it, terrible, but I would do it. Try to opt for like the yams instead. Probably better for you, even though they've got marshmallow and a bunch of other stuff in there. Ham and turkey, just fit it all into that side of the plate. And then bottom of the plate should be nothing but vegetables or a salad. Thanksgiving, most people make salad, so have a salad down there. Trying to think of what other situation. If you have a situation that you want me to comment on, comment in the comment section down there below. Who knows? Your comment may turn into a future video. Anyways, this one's getting way too long, but I hope this video, the longest in the last 4 that I've done today, check out the previous 3, but this video, I hope covers all the bases. So to quickly recap, breakfast, protein only. By the way, this is fat that came from that ribeye that I'm going to throw away. I'm not going to eat the fat, but breakfast should be protein only, right? 3 to 4 ounces of protein, 2 to 3 eggs, hard boiled, scrambled. You want to make an omelet, whatever you want to do. Small meal, protein only will get your insulin to barely spike. It'll get your metabolism. Your metabolism should go up. It'll get your body set up for success for the rest of the day. Okay, lunch, meal number 2 should be the same amount of protein. So 3 to 4 ounces of protein. It should be about a cup or less of some kind of complex carb. Red beans, black beans, lentils, garbanzo beans, rice and beans mixed together. You could have a bean salad in there, totally fine. Then the lower part of your plate, 50%, half of your plate should be some kind of vegetables or salad, something of the like. Something where if you ordered a dressing, the dressing has maybe 2 or 3 ingredients at the most. Oil, vinegar, salt, pepper, done. If you order a dressing, or if you're cooking at home or you're bringing your lunch with you to work or whatever the case may be, and your dressing has 50 ingredients in it, odds are it's probably going to be bad for you. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. Then dinner time, the 3rd meal of the day, is basically similar to lunch, except the only difference is you leave the carbs out. That's what I do. That's what works for me. That's what helps me to move the needle to burn body fat, keep my muscle mass, if not gain more muscle mass because of all the workouts that I'm doing in the gym and everything else. But the goal is not to just lose weight. The goal is to burn body fat, to get the body fat percentage down so that overall I look better, I feel better, I can move better, I can breathe easier. You kind of get a sense of what I'm trying to tell you there. Anyways, if you think of any ideas or scenarios that you want me to comment on, comment in the comment section down there below. Again, this video is intended for entertainment purposes only. What I have said before, I've always said this, is I'm not an expert. I'm not claiming to be one. What I'm just trying to tell you is there's obviously a reason why if you're over 300 pounds, you are over 300 pounds. You have to admit that. You have to face reality. Find a doctor that's going to work with you, collaborate with you on your body fat loss, your weight gain. Because if you keep going to the same doctor or the same group of doctors and they're just force feeding you something that you've tried and didn't work and it's not working, and they want to throw you on this, that, and the other thing, plan or whatever, and that didn't work, there's something wrong. Find a different doctor, get a second opinion. Find a doctor that's going to relate to you, somebody who walks, talks, chews gum like you do. That's my best advice. Anyways, the old coot here. I'll catch you all in the next exciting video. By the way, check out the links in the description, also in the comment section if you want to check out some cool products, which is what this channel was basically founded for. And I will catch you all in the next exciting video.